हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। सो मेरा फरवरी में एक वेबिनार था जिसमें आई वाज अ गेस्ट स्पीकर एंड मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया था कि आप अपना बैचलर्स मास्टर या पीएचडी की एप्लीकेशन कैसे प्रोसीड कर सकते हैं। सो ये उस क्लास की रिकॉर्डिंग है एंड आई वांटेड टू शेयर इट विद यू गाइस। एंड मुझे ये रिकॉर्डिंग रिसेंटली मिली है, सो आई जस्ट थॉट कि मेरे को आपके साथ शेयर करना चाहिए। मे बी इट विल हेल्प अ लॉट ऑफ यू गाइस. So keep watching till the end and don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel.
Good evening, Soumya. Good evening, all. And
Good evening.
I think all right. It's time to start now. I think we have 26 participants so far, and gradually the numbers are increasing. So I think it's time to start now. And let me introduce today's our speaker. Uh, it is my pleasure to introduce scholar Soumya Gupta, an accomplished scholar and expert in the field of biotechnology. And Soumya is uh, currently a doctorate student and a research fellow at UBI and UNITA, Spain, and University of Beira Interior, Portugal, and she as well as the scholar at University of Zaragoza, Spain. Soumya research focuses on innovative applications of biotech and its potential to improve the people's lives. And today we are fortunate to have Soumya, and she will be sharing her insights on breaking down the applications process, detailed guide to applying for a master's or PhD programs in a foreign university. With her extensive academic background, including masters from VIT, Vellore, and with specialization in biotechnology, Soumya is well equipped to provide a comprehensive guide to help you to navigate complex process of applying master's, PhD, or your graduate or postdoc in foreign universities. As someone who receives a full fellowship from European Union for I think 4 years, and Soumya's advice and strategies are invaluable for anyone considering to pursuing masters or PhD postdoc in foreign universities. So we are happy to have Soumya here as our today's speaker, and we look forward to learning from her expertise. Soumya, please share your screen and.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, it is from my side.
Okay, so my name is Soumya Gupta, as Dr. Kailash explained. So today I'm gonna talk about how I applied for my PhD position here abroad. So currently I'm working with the University of Zaragoza, Spain, and University of Beira Interior, Portugal. Yeah. Okay. So now, like the foremost reason that you should join a course, you should know why you want to come abroad and what are the reason where you should apply and what you should do for the like starting. Like if a thought comes in your head that no, I need to go abroad, I need to study there. The first thing you need to know, why do you want to? Because yeah, people think that going abroad is like very fascinating. You can go abroad, you can just live your life, and it's like people think you can show off to others. So yeah, that should not be the reason. Okay, you should be very precise and very clear what do you want in your career, because it's really tough to stay abroad if you're not sure what you want with your career. Then you should be very specific about the degree that you want to pursue. So if you are doing your bachelor's, you should be sure that if you want to categorize your master's or not. Also, if you're going for a PhD, you should be very sure. You should try to break down all your options all your career goals and also the pay scale, because the ultimate goal is to earn money, right? So the reason and the degree should be very precise. Like you should be able to break it down very properly that, oh, I need to do a master's in biotechnology, or I need to do in biochemistry, or in like a subject in computer sciences, whatever. So you should be very sure. After that, you need to decide like why I should do or where I should do my PhD or my master's. So if you think that your course is good enough that you can study and you can earn well in your country, good for you, you can go there. And if you think that you need an exposure to go abroad and to like study there, it's a very good option to go abroad to explore and see. If you like, you study there, gain some experience, and if you don't like, you can just go there, gain some experience, and come back. So you should be very careful and you should be very like specific what do you want from your career. And if you are in your final years of bachelor's or master's, you should be like thinking about it. Like it's not like you suddenly thought that, oh, to next year I'll go abroad. It's not like that. It takes time. So be sure that you have like good amount of time and you think about it very carefully. Next slide. Documents. Yes. Okay. So now I'm going to talk about the documents that you need to have and that you need to prepare. So I would personally suggest you that if you are a bachelor student, start preparing in the last semester of your third year, like in your sixth semester. Start preparing your documents from your sixth semester. And if you are a student of masters, make sure that as soon as your first year ends, you start your application process. Like you start preparing the document because you need to look forward and you just have 1 year left in which you have to do your thesis, you have to do your like the subjects that are left. So it's better that you start at the final year of masters and the second last year of your bachelor's. So the main documents that you need to prepare for coming abroad includes your passport. You should have a passport that has at least 6 months of expiry. So you can apply for a passport. Indian passport is like good enough. Like we have a validity of 10 years. So you can just get your passport in your final years, followed by your CV. Your CV should be very specific. You should be like participating during your bachelor's and master's in like a lot of extracurricular activities, including like internships. You should be doing many projects and also like whatever you think could be helpful for your degree. For example, if you're going for a master's or a PhD, you need to show them that, oh, you having an expertise in a particular field. So I will tell you about my experience. So while I was in my bachelor's, I was working on a project in environmental biotechnology. So environmental biotechnology project includes like the project had biochemistry, microbiology, and different fields of biotechnology. So while working on that project, I realized that this is something I need to do in my life. And this is something I really wanted to pursue during my career. And from that onwards, whenever I started my work, my project, and anything, I decided that I will take this course, like this project in this field only, because this project can help me to get a PhD, like a PhD position abroad very easily. So my aim was to do my master's from India, but a PhD from abroad. So this is what I did. I started my project and I had many projects in the same fields like environmental biotechnology, biochemistry, and environmental microbiology. So it gives me an idea like now this is what I want to do in my life. And then when I applied for a PhD position, in my position is like and my project is in wastewater treatment. So it has various aspects of chemistry, biotechnology, biochemistry, and microbiology. So now, when I applied for the position, I was shortlisted very fast. It was because like I had expertise in this field, so it was easier. Also, I had to I had to give an interview, so it was much easier for me to crack that, like an interview or something. So just be precise of the field that you want to work in future, and then decide if you what do you want to do with your career. So also in your CV, you should include all the publications. If you have publication or you have experience, it will be of great benefit. Like after your bachelor's, if you decide that, okay, I might take a break and I might like take a job. So it's better that you do it and then you go for your higher studies abroad, because it will give you an upper hand above all other candidates. All candidates are not having expertise, or there are many students in masters also that don't have any publications. So it's like if you have one or two, whatever, it will greatly benefit you during your application for getting admitted abroad. Then the next important parameter is like your GPA. So it's not mandatory that you are 9 GP, you are having a 9 GP or something. It's not like that you should be the top scorer in your university or something, but there is a minimum score that you need to have. So every university on their application on the application page on the website, they mention that okay, we need this much of CGPA in your, like a minimum CGPA from your master's degree or your bachelor's degree. So if you have that, it's like an upper hand. Like if you have a good score, well and good. If not, you should have a minimum score. And you should be like very specific, like, okay, I need to go there. So I need to maintain my GPA, whether in your bachelor's, in your master's, whatever. And also, as I have mentioned here in this presentation, that your degree should have an apostille stamp. So nobody will tell you this, but if you are applying for a foreign university, they will ask you for a verified degree. And since we are from a country which has a Hague Convention with the European countries, so we need an apostille stamp. And the process I have explained in my next slides. So this stamp is very mandatory because many universities will ask you that, okay, if you are applying, you need this stamp before application. Like in your application process, you need to present us the apostille degree or certificate. If you don't, they reject your application. So it depends on the university. Some universities will give you an option. Okay, after we take you as a candidate in our university, you have to present us the document. So it depends on the university that okay, if you want, you can present it later, or you want, you can present it before. It depends. Okay, so these are the before documents are for like professional purposes and everything, but these documents are like the ones that you need while you're applying into a university. That these are also like one of the other mandatory documents. So your motivation letter. As you know, that motivation letter is like mandatory in your study abroad application. This letter includes different parameters that I have discussed in the next slide. Also, you have to have recommendation letters. So these recommendation letters, mostly universities will ask you for like 2 or 3, maximum of 3 letters. So you need to have a good connection with your professors. And there should be 3 professors who know you really well, because sometimes universities verify. They can just contact your professors in India and they will ask like, okay, you know this person, this candidate has applied here and whatever. They might ask them that, okay, do you really know this person and anything? So your professor should know you really well. Then the next is the IELTS score. So IELTS score is like people will tell like, okay, you can also or something. But when I was looking for my when I was working on my application and everything, for me, I found that 90% or 70%, you can not 90, but 70% universities ask for your IELTS score. So this IELTS score also has a minimum criteria. Like it's some universities will say, okay, we'll take you at a band score of 6 or 7. And some might even ask for 8 or something. But it's like very less universities that will ask you for more than 7. But 6, 6.5 is the base. Also, if not IELTS, if you are like thinking that, okay, maybe I can learn the language, because European countries have languages. Portugal have Portuguese, Spanish for Spain, and German for Germany. So they also give you an option that if you don't have an IELTS score, you can just you can present us a score for like a German proficiency or something. So you can uptake some course from the embassy, that the German embassy or some Portuguese embassy, they provide courses. So you can just take a course from that of that language as well. So it's the same. If you know English, you can go for English. If you want to do something extra, you can do it, because ultimately, when you come to a foreign country, you need to talk with people. So it will be good enough for you if you know the language. For me, it was a little bit of problematic because I didn't know the language too much when I came here. So I started learning here. And it's fine. People know the language. People know English. So it's not that much of problem. But sometimes there is. So if you have this score, it will be helpful for you. Then the next thing is like publication or work experience. Like I have told you in your about your CV, if you mention that you have publications and also not some random publication in some random journals. If you have a good publication, for example, in Elsevier or in any highly reputed Scopus journals, it will really help you. Even like one publication is good for you because you will be like applying for masters or a PhD. So they don't expect you to have like many publications or many like citations or anything, but they expect you, if you have one, you will be benefited. Also, if you have a good work experience, even for like 1 year, or you have, for example, I can tell you that if you're coming for a PhD and after masters, if you apply or you work in a company related to like I have a biotechnology student, so a biotechnology company like pharmaceuticals or microbiology company, or if even you have worked as a teaching assistant or a teacher or like a part time also, it works. It will help you a lot in getting admission abroad. Then only for the PhD application, you need a proposal. So here in Portugal, there are few universities that offer an option that, okay, you can propose, give your research proposal if you have. If you don't have, and if we like your application, you can get the admission. And later, when you get admitted, you can decide to choose a professor. And when you get in touch with your professor and he accepts you, you can prepare a proposal and then present it to the university. So in Portugal, I found that there are a few universities that offer this thing. And it's a really good thing because when you are doing your master's, like we technically don't know how to prepare a very well, like a very good research proposal. So it's like a great help if we get help from the professors in the universities that can help us or guide us. Okay, this is the project we will be working on, and this is the thing that we are going to do. So prepare a proposal with the help of a professor in a foreign university, get an admission before. So it's an option for you. So what are the things that we need in a research proposal? The first thing that we need is the brief introduction of the topic. For example, if you want to work with bioinformatics, maybe, and you think that you need to do docking or something, you just make a small like briefing about, okay, these are the things, this is the research that has been done. It should have an introduction section, a very brief of few lines maybe, followed by a review of literature that shows the few of the researches that has been done, and then you go to the methodology where you think that, okay, these are the things that have been done. These might be like these are the processes that I can do in this lab under your supervision, the professor's supervision, followed by the results. So what are the expected outcomes? So the professor will definitely ask you that, okay, you wanted to do something like this. This is the drawback in the previous studies. Okay, you want to work on this. So what are your expected outcomes? You just need to write it and you need to give the references that you took, the papers and everything. So this is like a way that you can prepare a proposal. And after that, after preparing this proposal, you can discuss with the professor that, okay, this is the brief work I can do under you. I would love to do with you and everything. And the best part is that professors in Europe reply to your email. So there are professors in many countries that don't, but in Europe, when I was applying, if the professor is open for the position, they reply. Maybe they can take like few days, but they do reply. So it's a good thing. Also, if you are applying for a PhD position, there is an option that you can look on different websites, and they open the positions with the grants. So when you apply there in the positions, you have to crack. I know it's more difficult to do that, but the one that I got into was the same. I got into the project position. So that in that project position, you don't need to apply for a grant separately. You will be paid. So it's like another alternative to get into a PhD. You will look into the Google, you search for something related to your field of study, and later when you apply there, they will ask you for all the documentation that I have mentioned and maybe a few more. And you can, if they shortlist you and with the interview they decided, okay, you are the candidate, they will help you with everything, with with the visa application, with your grant, with everything. You will be paid and there will be no problem in coming abroad. Okay. So this is the things that you need to mention the motivation letter. So I have a page on YouTube where I try to share my experiences, also about the positions and like how can you apply and everything. So there was a person who told me that he has issues writing a motivation letter. So maybe I can tell you here like how to write a motivation letter. So in a motivation letter, first and the foremost thing is like there are many options, you know. In Google, when you type like, okay, I need to write a motivation letter related to this, there are websites that will definitely like give you, okay, you enter everything, they will write a letter, and okay, done, boom. But you don't need to do that, because if you do that, professors will know, you know, they have so much years of experiences, and there are so many applications they get. Like even like now I see my professor, she shows me sometimes like she has like students sending her the emails like, okay, see, but she showed me like, see this application, I can just tell by seeing that, okay, this is the copied one. So this is not the real application. This is something that the candidate has asked someone to prepare, or he has copied from somewhere from the internet. So it should not be the one that you have copied from some internet sources or anywhere. Of course, you can take help from people around you, but it should not be like you. It should be you that is writing this letter. Secondly, you should focus on your strong points. You should focus like more that, okay, I know this, I know that, I have the skills like this. I have developed these courses, I have taken these online courses, I have developed these following skills, and this will help if I get involved with you in the project, this will really help me a lot. So it's like focus on your strong points, followed by the emphasis on CV. So never ever your motivation letter should be a different one from your CV. The things you have mentioned in your CV should not contradict the things that you have mentioned in your motivation letter. So it should be something like that. Then later you should talk about the motivation behind your application. For example, if you are applying for a master degree and it's in like biotechnology or computer sciences, any degree, and you need to mention like why they would like, you should give them an option like why are you so different and why we should hire you or why we should take you as an applicant, why you should get admitted instead of other students. Also you need to be like very different, like try to write in a actual way, in a real way, because you know there are lots of students from India or from other Asian countries applying in Europe or in also in Canada or US. So there is a lot of competition here. So you need to be very specific, and especially in masters, like PhD also there are like a lot of students, but in masters, imagine the students from here like in the same country will be applying, the students from different countries will be applying, so it is a lot of population, you know, if you are trying to get into a master's. And the same is for PhD, but PhD has some more complications like the proposal, the professors and everything. But here for masters also, like you need to be like very good with the letter. And then you need to clearly explain what are your professional objectives, like okay, what I can bring you to the table, or what I can do more, or what I have that you are missing in your lab, maybe that because they opened a position, so they need a candidate that can fulfill that duty. So you need to be like show them, no, you need me, like that. So since I am studying in like my research work is in Portugal and for 2 years, and in Spain for 2 years, my scholarship, my grant is from like Portugal. The government of Portugal is giving me, is paying me. And FCT is the organization that is paying me. So FCT is a legal organization of Portugal that pays to all the students here. So there are many private companies also that give you the grants for doing a like PhD, postdoc, or a master. I think there are less scholarships for masters. I don't know very well about that, but there are many openings that give you an option to do a master researcher also. Or there are many positions here. So the grants that are mostly offered in Portugal is from FCT, and the grants that are offered from Spain are from the Spanish Ministry of Education. So these are the main openings. Also, when you apply directly to a project, they might be from these two, or they might be from a private company. So the pay scale may vary. For example, if you are applying in Portugal for a PhD position, the pay scale is around 1,200 euros every month. Okay, a minimum. But if you this thing have like different criteria. Like my grant is a different one, it's UNITA, and it's a different one, the pay scale is different. And then there are many other grants, like international grants. Like if you are studying here for a few months, you are studying in another country, the pay scale varies differently with that. So it's the same with the Spain also. So it depends on which position are you, and in which area are you working. But a minimum grant is there of like around 1,200 euros every month. So it's a good amount of money for you to stay here. Okay. So here I have mentioned the links that I have used when I was applying. So I use VMake Scholars also because I was trying to look for the scholarships. And then I also, when I came here, because my admission was a different one, I got in here in the university. I got into a project, got an scholarship, another one for a few months. And then when the scholarship finished, I applied for a new position. That was this in University of Zaragoza, Spain, and University of Beara Interior. And I got another grant that is funded by FCT UNITA. So you can go to the website of FCT if you want to study in Portugal, and if you want to study in also in an exchange course. Okay. So now I'll be talking about the apostille process that I have discussed, that there is a stamp that you need on your degree. So this apostille is like a stamp, and it's a verified process that gives the foreign universities and also the embassy like a surety that, okay, your degree is not a fake one, because they know that people, like, what they do is like they they can like tamper the degree, or they can do something, they can make a fake degree. So they are aware of these things. So what they do is like they ask you to get this stamp degree and also your mark sheet. So what they do is like what you have to do in this process, you every state has a like a department. You have to search online that which state has the head office where. For example, when I was studying, my master degree is in from VIT Vellore, Tamil Nadu. So I went for my apostille process. I have to submit my application in Chennai. So I submitted my application in Chennai in the state HRD office. And after their verification with the university, they put a small square shaped stamp. If you Google it online, there is a stamp that is the state HRD stamp. That is the first step of verification. After you get the stamp on your degree, at the back side of your degree, you have to submit your application to the MEA. So MEA also have different offices in different part of the country. So you can do it there. Also, like there are many agents that will help you to do this process, but the problem is like many people during when I will share my experience with you. Like while I was applying, there were many agents that I talk with, and they charge a hell lot of money. Like a minimum for one degree, they can ask you for like 5,000, 7,000 rupees for one paper. Imagine if you are submitting your mark sheets plus your degree. So your bachelor's mark sheets are like 8 mark sheets plus your degree, like nine into 7,000. It's a lot of money. So also there are many people that have these running these companies, and they tell you, okay, you just get this in 3 days. No, it's not possible to get this apostille in 3 days. Okay, they will just get you the second stamp, the ME apostille stamp. The first step will be missing, and as a result, when you will apply for your visa application will be rejected. So because they need the proper process like the state HRD stamp followed by the MEA stamp. So the agents will not help you to get the first stamp easily, because this first stamp takes a lot of days. For me, it took 2 months to get the whole process done for one degree, you know. So just be careful. Don't like pay money to anyone. And also, if you want, you can do it on your own. So for this, Kailashi, can you change it to the next slide? for this, like how I will tell you how I did my thing. So the first thing I can tell you is like there is an option of eSanat, that is a government platform online. Here you can upload your documents. For example, for my master degree, I uploaded my document from Tamil Nadu, and I uploaded it here. And you have to create an account. You have to register here, and then you can create an account. While when you create an account, you can upload your documents. They will ask you for your home address, so that you what they do is like when they verify your degree or your mark sheet, they put a stamp on a true copy. Like they will print the document on their by themselves. They will put a stamp on the document, and then they will send it to you. So they will courier that document to you after you make the payment. Everything will be done. And this process, while eSanad only took me like 15-20 days to get my stamp on the degree. So, but the problem is that now, for now, all the states of India doesn't have this option. So what you can do is like for it's better if you don't have see the option of your state. For example, if you my bachelor's was from Uttarakhand, so the option to get my degree attested for Uttarakhand was not available on eSanat. So for that, I have to go for a like I have to go there physically to get my degree attested. So it depends. Like if your state has like this option, like your state has eSanat, there is an option of like Tamil Nadu, Haryana. I know there is like New Delhi. So these few states I know that they are available on eSanat, but I don't know how many are there more. So if they are available, it's very easy for you, and it is like very cheap. I just paid for like I don't remember clearly, but 120 rupees or 130 rupees, and you just get the stamp on your degree. That too very fast. But for the other one, that is my Uttarakhand degree, I have to do the other process that I have to go to the state HRD office, the SDM office in Uttarakhand, that is in Dehradun, and then submit my documents, get it verified. And it took me like 2 months to do it. So it depends like where is your degree from. Also, I have explained the detailed process of the whole in this. This is the link. I have a YouTube channel, and this is the link of that process. I have explained it like everything in detail, like how can you go there, how can you put it on eSanat, everything there. So if you want, you can just go there and you can just look if you like it. Yeah. So I was talking about the timeline that I prepared during my application process. So the first thing that I did was I shortlisted the university. I shortlisted like, okay, this is the university that I wanted to go. This is the course. First one is the course that I wanted to take. Then I shortlisted the university. I think shortlisting the university in top 100 for the masters and top like 500 or 600 for the PhD, I think it's fine, because for PhD you need to know look for the professors. The professor that you're working with should be good. It's not like it's a different aspect for both the degrees. For masters, you need to have a good like a university which is like reputed. It's because when you get or apply for a job after your masters, they don't have anything more to ask you for. They will first see from which university did you study, you know. And like if you were studying in top 100 also, like people will approach you on your own, you know. But if you are like more, it is like a different topic, you know. So for masters, you should try to get into top 100. But for your PhD, it's fine. If it is also in top 1,000, it's fine. It's because for your PhD, it depends on the professors. It depends on, okay, this is the parameter, like, okay, I will be working on this factor and you will get the experience. And it's a different, it's like a job. You get the experience. Your research work is kind of an experience. So it's a different aspect for both masters and a PhD. So after shortlisting the university, you need to start preparing your documents. So for documents that I have told you, your motivation letter, your degree, your stamp on your degrees, everything, and your CV, everything, you need to prepare everything. Also, then you need to like try to get good recommendation letters, at least three. Try to get three letters, and after getting these letters, you can apply also. And then make sure that after you get like an email that okay, you applied, you got the admission, and you get an email from the university, you need to like try to get that letter fast, because the acceptance letter is like a very important thing for your student visa. So the more time you take to do all the formalities of the university, the more it will your visa will be delayed. So then because like while I was applying, it took me 2 months to get my acceptance letter, and after 2 months I for applying for my visa, it took me another like 2 months, like 4 months gone, like nowhere. And then I applied for my visa, and 3 more months were gone because 2.5 months the embassy took to around. You have to apply in VFS first of all. In India, you can't go directly to the embassy to apply for your visa. You have to go to VFS Global. You have to apply, submit all your documents in VFS Global, and then after 15 days they verify your documents. They After 15 days they send it to the embassy, whatever embassy, Portugal, Spain, whatever. And then embassy will take your interviews, they will do all the verifications. So it kind of take another like 1 or 2 months. So imagine like 6, 7 months or 8 months are like gone, and you will not even know, like, because you'll be so busy preparing everything that you need a lot of time for this. So it depends. So try to do these things while you are still studying your or a PhD, or if you are working, start preparing while you are working. Don't wait like, okay, I will take 1 year experience, then I will just take a break from the job, and then I will like start doing all of this stuff. Try to take like 15, 20 minutes every day. Make a list of the university, make the list of the courses, make a list of everything, the documents, prepare your motivation. And then as the application opens, like it depends on the country. Like here, the application opens from July, August, and in Portugal, the application opens at this time, and they have like 3 calls. So you can apply 3 times. You have a lot of time to prepare. If in one call you can't find something, you can apply in the next one. So it's like a good thing, and you have 3 chances to apply. If in first call your application is rejected, email the university, ask them what was the problem. They will email you back, and when you know, just try to fix that thing in your documents, in your application, and apply again. So you have 3 chances to apply, and then you can apply for a visa. So maybe next week I will be on next Thursday, I think I will be uploading a video on YouTube, how to apply for a student visa. So if you want, you can visit there and maybe you can see the video. Okay, so this is my channel that I have made, and I post everything, like my travel also. So it's not like that is specific for education, but I have made the video for apostille. I have made a video for PhD application process also. Also next week I will put a video for student visa, and maybe few days motivation letter and everything. So if you want, you can go to the link, you can visit there. And if you want to get in touch with me, either you can just put down your queries in the comments, and I can give you a email later on the in the comments only, or I can just connect with you on Instagram or somewhere, and discuss if you and help you. I can help you with the application process. So this is it. Kalaji, last slide, please. So this is it, and for today. And I'm sorry because my internet has some problems. That is why this is happening again and again. My voice is cracking. I don't know, but whatever questions you have, you can just open your mic and ask. Maybe I can help you right now, or you can drop in the comments of my channel. So,
Yeah, Prashant Charlewa, he has some questions. Questions from participant.
Yes. Hi, my name is Deepthi.
Yeah.
Hi. The question that I have is that you said that the CV that we have, like we have to prepare, is it a research-based CV or a professional CV? What kind of CV should be made?
Like, I think that your CV should be dependent on the position that you are applying. If you are going for a PhD, you should make a CV more focusing more on your research area, your internships, etc., your publication. A professional CV is more like for a job, but this one should be a different one, a little different from that. It should be dependent on the position.
Okay, because I have publication as well, and I am doing a job as well right now. So
Okay.
I can add all these things together and make a
Yeah.
CV.
Yeah.
But
And
focus
try to focus
on my
more.
research
Yeah.
work.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And you said that we need to get a minimum of 3 recommendation letters, and you
No, the
also
maximum
said
of
that. Sorry?
maximum of 3, minimum
Yeah.
of 2.
Okay, minimum of 2 and a maximum of 3. Okay, thanks. The point that I want to ask is that you also mentioned that the university would call your professors to ask your integrity, genuinity, and all those things. So since I have mentioned earlier that I now work in a company, will the universities would call my company manager as well to get to know about?
No. Actually, when you will leave the company, they will give you a certificate, right? That okay,
Yeah.
she worked for work experience, the work experience certificate. So you need to have a proof. Also, they generally will not call or something, but they might, if they find something suspicious in your document, they might email the professor. And
Okay.
the recommendations are like even the company can give you a recommendation letter. If the seniors are like ready to give it to you, they can give that. Okay, she is experienced in this field and she worked really well and everything. They can write a good recommendation letter for you. It's not necessary that it's just from your professors. It's someone that you have worked with.
Okay. Okay. So it can also be from the training programs that I have attended. I can also get the recommendation from those professors as well.
Yeah, you can. But I would suggest you that try to get a letter from professor from VIT,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And can you give some more idea on the websites that I can go for finding on these?
See, I don't remember right now because I put the video. You see, I shared you the link, I think. I put a video of the PhD positions, and there I have shared the links of the website that I used while applying.
Okay.
Also, try to, if you find some position on the internet, for example, I Googled some position and there are many, just try to go to the university's website and check and verify that if that position is there or is it fake. Just that.
Okay. And now at present, I personally work in a seriously specific area. My job is concerned in a specific area, so I am also planning to do my PhD in this specific area itself. So will that increase my possibilities of getting a job in this field, or what kind of options will I have?
If you are applying for a PhD, it will help you to get the PhD, very easily, because you have the expertise. So they will prefer you over the other candidates.
Okay.
And then when you work for 3-4 years during your PhD on the same field, the job it will help you to get a better job in that field, more a well-paid job.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Any more questions? No?
Sorry, I also have another doubt.
Yeah.
Deepti back. So I came to know that when you apply for PhDs, you have to be specific about the countries that you apply, because some countries like you with a PhD, or some countries accepts considers people with PhD with more priority and all those things. So which all countries were on your top list while you were applying for PhD?
See, while I was applying, I was more focused on the professors, and initially I was looking for Germany, and Portugal Spain and Austria. Okay, but in Germany there was a problem that studies are mostly in German.
Okay.
So this is the problem. Also, living in Germany is like, I know it's a very good country. I know it has many good aspects and everything. But for me, I looked into that, but it was something that I would not prefer because it will be another problem. My doing a PhD, it's a difficult thing, and in addition, if I get a problem that okay, I can't even talk to a person, so it will be a big thing, a big problem. And the studies were also in German in the universities that I was looking for. And then in Austria, I applied to University of Vienna, but I didn't get in there maybe because at that time when I applied, I was doing my master's first year, and I didn't have much exposure or much good like things to apply for there. So that's why I didn't get there. Then coming to Spain and Portugal, in Portugal I got a good grant. Also, the professor that I got was exactly working on the same thing that I wanted to work with, the wastewater. My master thesis is in wastewater, so it was somewhat related, and I thought that okay, this is a good option, and the professor is like really efficient. So I decided to I come here, and I left the other places. That's the reason.
Okay. You also mentioned that your master thesis and your work that you're doing are correlated to each other, or it's in the same area. But my master thesis is in a different area, and the work that I'm doing right now are two different areas. So will they accept me without a good master thesis work?
It's not a problem. It depends how you explain that your work is good. It depends on you how you explain it.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to show them that oh, even if it is even like sometimes when we work on some things, we know that it's for us it's like nothing, but for them you need to make it sound like okay, no, this is something very efficient, this is something that give me a good exposure. Also, nothing is a waste, when you learn something, it's never a waste. So it will help you. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for clearing all my queries. Your presentation was really good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Soumya, for your insightful talk on application process and your comprehensive guide to navigating application process was incredible, informative, and invaluable to our audience. Your expertise and experience in pursuing a doctorate degree abroad was evident throughout your presentation, and we are grateful for your valuable insights you provided. Once again, thank you, Doctor, for your time and valuable contribution to our webinar. We are looking forward for more webinars like this. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kailash.